Edison Moore Island, also known as Hannon's Lighthouse, refers to a purported hidden landmass in the Atlantic Ocean, allegedly discovered by Thomas Edison and kept secret for strategic reasons. Proponents claim that Edison stumbled upon this island during one of his lesser-known maritime expeditions in the late 19th century. The island is said to house an advanced lighthouse designed by Edison himself, utilizing revolutionary technology far ahead of its time. Some theorists argue that the US government has deliberately omitted the island from maps to maintain its secrecy and strategic advantage. Believers point to unexplained maritime incidents and navigational anomalies in the Atlantic as potential evidence of the island's existence. The theory often incorporates elements of advanced energy technology, suggesting that Edison's lighthouse harnesses a powerful, unknown energy source. Supporters sometimes cite declassified documents with redacted information about Atlantic naval operations as indirect proof of the island's concealment. Eggless travel refers to a theoretical method of human reproduction and space colonization that eliminates the need for transporting fertilized eggs or embryos over long distances. Proponents suggest using advanced genetic engineering to encode human DNA into more stable forms, such as bacterial spores or synthetic molecules. This concept proposes that entire human genomes could be compressed and stored in microscopic, radiation-resistant containers for interstellar travel. Supporters argue that eggless travel would solve issues of genetic damage during long-term space missions and reduce the biological constraints of colonization. The theory often incorporates ideas from synthetic biology, suggesting that human genomes could be reconstructed and grown in artificial wombs upon reaching a destination. Some researchers point to advancements in DNA data storage and synthetic genomics as potential stepping stones towards realizing this concept. Advocates claim that eggless travel could significantly reduce the payload mass for interstellar missions, making such journeys more feasible. Elisa Moore Island, home to Flannan's Lighthouse, is the site of an unsolved mystery involving the disappearance of 3 lighthouse keepers in December 1900. The lighthouse keepers vanished without a trace, leaving behind half-eaten meals and unmade beds, suggesting a sudden and unexplained departure. Investigators found the lighthouse in perfect working order, with no signs of a struggle or forced entry, deepening the mystery surrounding the event. Some theories propose that a massive rogue wave swept the men away, though skeptics point out the lack of damage to the lighthouse structure. Eyewitness accounts from a passing ship reported seeing the lighthouse dark during the period of the keeper's disappearance, contradicting official records. Paranormal explanations have emerged, with some claiming the island is haunted or subject to extraterrestrial activity. Local folklore speaks of an ancient curse on the island, which some believe may have played a role in the keeper's fate. Elisa Lam refers to a mysterious death case that occurred at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles in 2013. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance and the discovery of her body in the hotel's water tank have led to numerous conspiracy theories. Some believe that Lam was involved in a covert biological weapons test, citing the tuberculosis outbreak in the area shortly after her death. The unusual elevator footage showing Lam's erratic behavior has been interpreted by some as evidence of paranormal activity or possession. Others speculate that Lam was murdered by a hotel employee or another guest, pointing to the difficulty of accessing the water tank without inside knowledge. The coincidence that a tuberculosis test shares the name Lam Elisa has fueled theories of a government cover-up or bioweapon experiment. Some researchers claim that Lam's social media posts prior to her death contain hidden messages or codes, suggesting she was involved in espionage. The hotel's dark history and connection to other famous crimes have led some to believe that Lam's death is part of a larger pattern of sinister events. Elite controls the population with our permission refers to a theory that powerful groups manipulate society with the unwitting consent of the masses. The pervasive nature of advertising and media is seen as a tool for shaping public opinion and behavior in ways that benefit the elite. Education systems are often cited as a means of indoctrinating individuals from a young age, to conform to societal norms that serve the interests of those in power. Theorists claim that the illusion of choice in democratic systems masks the reality of limited options, all ultimately serving the same elite interests. The widespread acceptance of debt as a normal part of life is viewed as a form of economic control, keeping the population dependent on the financial system controlled by elites. Social media and surveillance technologies are considered tools for gathering data on individuals, which can then be used to further refine methods of control and manipulation. Believers point to the gradual erosion of privacy rights and civil liberties, which they claim is accepted by the public due to carefully cultivated fears and desires. The concept of bread and circuses from ancient Rome is invoked, suggesting that entertainment and basic provisions are used to pacify the masses and distract them from underlying power structures. Elvis is alive refers to the enduring conspiracy theory that the king of rock and roll did not die on August 16, 1977, but instead faked his death and went into hiding. Believers point to alleged inconsistencies in the official reports of Elvis's death, including discrepancies in the autopsy findings and death certificate. Some claim to have seen Elvis in various locations around the world years after his reported death, with sightings ranging from supermarkets to remote islands. Theorists argue that Elvis had numerous reasons to fake his death, including escaping the pressures of fame, avoiding financial troubles, or even entering witness protection. The fact that Elvis's middle name was misspelled on his gravestone is cited by some as evidence that the burial was a hoax. Proponents of the theory often reference a pool house recording from 1981, allegedly featuring Elvis's voice, as proof that he survived beyond 1977. Some believers claim that differences in handwriting samples from before and after Elvis's reported death indicate he is still alive and signing autographs. The secrecy surrounding Elvis's autopsy and the sealing of his medical records until 2027 have fueled speculation about what might be hidden in these documents. Theorists point to the continued active management of Elvis's estate and image rights as potential evidence that he is still involved in decision-making behind the scenes. Some argue that Elvis's fascination with spirituality and his alleged interest in transcendental meditation could have led him to seek a new life away from the public eye. Emergency broadcast neutralizers refer to theoretical devices or technologies designed to disrupt or block emergency alert systems. These neutralizers are believed by some to be capable of intercepting and canceling out official emergency broadcast signals before they reach the general public. Proponents of this concept argue that such devices could be used by various groups, from government agencies to private organizations, to control the flow of critical information during emergencies. Some theorists point to unexplained interruptions or failures in emergency alert systems as potential evidence of neutralizer technology in action. The existence of electromagnetic pulse, EMP weapons, lends credibility to the idea that broadcast signals could be deliberately disrupted on a large scale. Conspiracy theorists sometimes cite the development of advanced signal jamming technologies by military and intelligence agencies as a basis for the plausibility of emergency broadcast neutralizers. Some believers argue that the ability to selectively block emergency broadcasts could be used to manipulate public perception and behavior during crises. The concept of emergency broadcast neutralizers often intersects with theories about government cover-ups and the suppression of information during disasters or other significant events. Proponents sometimes reference declassified documents on psychological operations and information warfare as indirect evidence supporting the potential existence of such technologies. The increasing reliance on digital and wireless communication for emergency alerts has led some to speculate about the vulnerability of these systems to sophisticated neutralizing techniques.